Hey everyone, Kevin here. Thought I'd give you a quick recap of my trip to Edinburgh for WordCamp Edinburgh 2017. I uploaded a little video the other day. It was a quick video where I just showed you the venue. And it was hosted in a place called Codebase, which is like a tech startup place, like a hub. I'm not sure if it's government funded, but it's a really modern place, really set up well. I uploaded that video the other day in seconds. I was getting 100 megabyte upload speeds, which was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You don't normally get that when you go anywhere. So, yeah, the venue was hosted just under the castle, right in the heart of Edinburgh. I went up and I stayed for 2 days. I got an Airbnb. A really nice place. It was like 5 minutes walk from the venue. And all in all, I thought it was a fantastic event. You can see I'm wearing the t-shirt that you get from it. This is arguably the best t-shirt I've had so far. It fits quite well. Other t-shirts have as well, but what I like about this is it's kind of, the print's quite good, but what I like about this is that it doesn't have branding everywhere. A lot of the other t-shirts you get, like they'll say WordCamp, Paris or whatever, and they'll put 2017 or 2015, 16, etc. And after a few years, you look a little bit silly wearing them. So I like the fact that this doesn't, which means that, I could wear this to any event. You can see it's a WordPress t-shirt, but it doesn't make it too obvious, with the date and all that. Maybe I'm being silly, but I do like the fact that it's not got too much branding on it. It's just like a generic, the Wapoo unicorn t-shirt. There was 34 SP, the hosting company, they were there. But apart from that, there wasn't really many other sponsors, but there was a few tables set up with things from Jetpack and things like that as usual. And the venue, like if you saw it in the video the other day, the venue was quite good. It had a main hall for a track, and then it had like a secondary track that was next to like a coffee area, for coffee and tea and water and biscuits and apples and whatnot. And the main hall was a little bit bigger. The second track was a little bit smaller, but it felt a little bit more personal because it was in the open area. The main problem with that venue, and my main complaint about the event at all, was that there was nowhere to really network. When the talks were going on, there was nowhere to talk because the track 2 was in the main area. So, there was one point I was talking to some people when we were sharing ideas about WordPress and making money online. And someone came and was like, can you be quiet because there's a talk on? And you're like, all right, sorry. And I mean, we were standing quite far away from the talk, but we didn't realise that, the voice was carrying. And I think that was one thing that I think was disappointing about the venue, because for me and for most other people as well, whilst the talks at a WordPress event are good, I think one of the main reasons to actually go to a WordCamp is to network. One of the main reasons to go is because, look where I am just now. I'm in my house, I'm alone, and I'm working on WordPress stuff, and I'm talking to no one. I'm connecting with people via Twitter. So it's great to go to these events and actually talk to another human being, talk to them and share ideas and network. You could do that during lunchtime, you could do it during the breaks, but I thought it was good. There was a few times that I was talking to someone and it would have been good to just sit for an hour and just chat to them about something, and I couldn't do that. That probably is my only criticism of the venue and of the event at all, really, because the event was fantastic. I had an absolute blast. The after party on the Saturday night was very well organised. And I pointed that when I did my recaps of WordCamp Paris and Vienna, those after parties, I really didn't like them. They crammed too many people into a small venue, and they had this, they had what would you call it? A token system for beers. So you had to go and buy tokens, and then you had to go over there, wait in another queue, and then buy beer. I just hate that. Just why overcomplicate something as simple as buying a drink? But you didn't get that in Edinburgh. It was fantastic. And in Paris, there was a shambles. They told you, don't eat. We've got food there. And then it was like people waiting 2 hours for a hot dog at 10 o'clock at night. But in Edinburgh, they got everything right. You sat down in a little bar, gave you the first drink free, and after that was just buy your own drinks, which was fine. But they put down lots of food, like huge amount, like every 2 minutes was pizzas. There was little burgers, there was haggis, there was cheese balls, you know, and I'm a vegetarian, so there was lots of, whilst there was lots of things with meat, there were lots of, you know, veggie pizzas, there was veggie hamburgers as well, and that's very rare to get something like that in a pub. So I was very happy with the way that was all organised. I think I liked the way they just kept it simple. We'll meet in a pub and, you know, they throw in some food and we took it from there. I had been up since about 5:20 in the morning on a Saturday, so I was pretty tired. But I don't know if it was just the coffees. I mean, I planned on just staying for a few hours, but we ended up staying till the end. We went to another pub and we stayed until like 3 in the morning. And then time we walked up the road, got to bed, it was like 4 a.m. So the next day was a little bit worse for wear. It wasn't too bad, but just general tiredness. But because to backtrack a little bit, I said about the venue with there was no way to talk. What that did make me do was kind of force me to attend more talks, because I normally sit back from some of the talks and just talk to people. But the talks were really good. I was really happy with all the talks. I enjoyed all of them. Again, when I go to these WordPress events, a lot of them aren't applicable to me because I'm not a developer. I'm not selling a plugin or a theme. But I attended some of them that weren't relevant to me and I still enjoyed them. So I had a fantastic time. I met a lot of great people. I mean, this is the first time I've actually been to one in Scotland. I knew a couple of people that I'd met at previous events, but by and large, everyone I was meeting was new. And I had a blast. Yeah, I met a lot of great people. And I mentioned a few of them in my article, which this video will accompany. And yeah, I had a fantastic time. I'm very glad I went. Kudos to the organising team. I mean, I know I did mention there was nowhere to network, but by and large, they did an absolute tremendous job. It was really well organised. It ran smoothly the whole time. Everyone was polite. Everyone was professional, and you really can't complain. I mean, at the end of the day, it was £20. It was unbelievable how much value you get from that. I think they're going to hold it in that code-based venue again in a following year. But moving forward at this time, I think we're talking maybe mid-October would be WordCamp Dublin, and then about a week or two later is maybe WordCamp Manchester. So I'll need to check the dates on that. At this point, I'm not sure whether I'll be going to Dublin or Dublin and Manchester. I'd probably put Dublin at the top of the list because I don't know, you know, I've got friends in Dublin and I think it's a beautiful city and it's an excuse to go to Dublin again. But I'd like to go to Manchester as well. So fingers crossed and go to both events. Now, you know, that kind of covers how the event went, you know, as far as it being good. But I think it's important to reflect on why I go to these events as well, because I guess in some ways, some people might be wondering why I go to these, because I'm not a developer, I'm not a plugin or theme developer or a designer or anything like that. So again, this is all, for me, it's all about networking. But when you go to these events, you meet a lot of people within the WordPress industry. And the way that I look at it is, worst case scenario, all I'm going to get is, you know, a good weekend out of it. That's the worst case scenario. Best case, I make lots of new connections and hopefully some like business opportunities will arise from it. So Edinburgh was a relatively small WordCamp in comparison to the European ones that I've attended. The ones in Europe are like 2,000 people and you're like 100, 150 people at the one in Edinburgh. I don't know the exact number of people, so don't quote me on that figure. But already, like, you know, some of the guys I was talking to, Mike Stott will be reviewing his Zero CRM, Zero Bull CRM plugin or service. I need to test it first before I know exactly how it works. I'll be testing Chris and Richard's hero themes. They've got a knowledge base theme that I'm going to be reviewing. And there was a talk about WPML, about multilingual communities and things like that. And I'm going to look into maybe implementing that on my website as well. As far as, you know, making my blog, making my website more approachable, more easy to reach for people from non-native English-speaking countries. So I do get a lot of visitors from outside English-speaking countries, but I think it would be good if I implemented some sort of multi-language solution that made it easier for them to view my content. And from a kind of internet marketing point of view, I'm really curious as to whether something like that would help me increase traffic, increase, my SEO presence and things like that as well, which ultimately will hopefully lead to more money, more followers, more readers, more everything. But yeah, I mean, I think everyone goes to these WordCamps for different things, and whilst the talks are good, I mean, you're not really going there to learn anything per se, as far as, you wouldn't go there as a beginner and then come out thinking you're going to be a top developer. Really, it's just about finding little tips and tricks in these talks. Tim Nash did a really good talk about website security, and I've written lots and lots of guides on that for my own blog and for others. So it's something that I think I'm fairly knowledgeable on. But he did raise a few things I hadn't thought of, password managers and a few other things. So even things like that, you can always take something from these events. But really the networking side of it, the business side of it, if you can go to these events and you can talk to people, then you should be able to make partnerships and, make connections that will hopefully last for years. And it's important to realize as well, a lot of these, the benefits of going to a WordCamp, they're not really immediate. You're not going to get any return from it immediately. I'm still friends with the people that I made connections with going back to 2015 when I went to Seville. And, down the line, I might still partner with them in some way. We're still in contact on Twitter and email and things like that. And you might not come back from a WordCamp and then all of a sudden you've set up a new business or you've got a new partnership. But if you keep that connection and then, you maintain it over the years, who knows what will happen. At the end of the day, with these kind of things, you just throw a lot of seeds everywhere. You make a lot of good connections, and it really just helps your presence in the WordPress community. And I think in the WordPress community, it's quite, I'm not going to say unique, but I know that in other different worlds online, as far as making money, affiliate marketing and things like that, people, a lot of the time, they look at you as competitors. But in the WordPress community, everyone's just trying to help you. And so by knowing more people, making more connections, in theory, you should never, ever be out of work because of that. And it'll just solidify partnerships and friendships and things like that. So all in all, very, very good. Very, very happy with the weekend. I'll hopefully maybe go to Dublin or Manchester or both. And I had an absolute blast. If you were there and we didn't connect, leave a comment, send me a tweet or something, and we'll connect that way. And if you get any questions about the event or attending any WordCamp event, please let me know and I'll do my best to answer you. So please do leave a comment below on my blog or on Rise forums or just somewhere where it will reach me and I can reply. Thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Until next time, take care.